Hey, this is Chip Lindsey, head football coach of your Troy University football team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you were out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Hey Troy fans, this is Coach Josh Lauer, head coach for your Troy University volleyball team. Save thousands on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shop PremierTroy.com, our local hometown dealership. Nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody.
Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. I'm Mike Amos, he's Bill Rice Jr., and good morning to you on a Monday. And we're heading that way, Bill. Football.
Well, we're already there, Mike. What are you talking about? What are we going to start off talking about?
Well,
two football games.
The guy with the biggest smile on his face this morning, it's got to be Coach Hambrick, Quinn Hambrick. He went out and took care of his first football game at Charles Henderson High School, and I'll tell you what, very impressive. 34-0 in the first half, and nobody even tried in the second half. They ran 6-minute quarters in the second half, but just romped up and down the field on Pike County, and of course, Coach has got a lot of work to do, a lot of rebuilding work. Maybe the worst executing Pike County team I think I've seen in 10 years, probably more.
Oh, no.
But he'll get them right. If anybody get them right, he'll get them right. And but he's got a chore, to do it.
Well, that's a good start for Coach Hambright, and I hope the fans, the Trojan fans, support the program, and we get more fan interest around the team.
Yeah. Well, hold on now, ladies and gentlemen. I've got some tales to tell you this morning about the life of Mike Amos.
Oh, okay.
And again, they sent fire trucks to my residence on 200 North George Wallace Drive.
What for?
They sent fire trucks. I was sleeping very soundly in my bed in Panama City in my
your beach home.
And we got a ring about 2:30 in the morning, and it was the Troy Police Department.
Oh my gosh.
And the Troy Police Department said, we have sent units out to your residence on North George Wallace Drive, and we have a fire at your residence. Well, we didn't know. A lot of this, they had already been there. The fire trucks and everything were there already on the spot. Heck, it's not very far from my house, and it was steam instead of smoke. It was steam coming up from the roof and the house, and it was steam. Well, let me just tell you what happened. Thanks to the security system that I have at my house from Troy Cablevision, hear this now, thanks to the security system that I have in my house, the Troy Fire Department was alerted at about 2:30 that morning to come to my residence on North George Wallace Drive to answer a call for a fire. All right. They went in. They got in. First of all, they got in the house and they figured a way to turn off the water. Somebody figured a way to turn off the water to my house, and they did. And so they've turned off the water. Then they called my place, and nobody was in there, of course. And they called my house at the beach, and we answered about 3:30 in the morning. A service call from the city fire department, and I'm sure the police and all that. In fact, my next door neighbor told me there were 5 units, three fire trucks and 2 police cars already on the scene. Well, to make a long story short, I had a bursted pipe in my house. At the upper level of my house, started at the upper level, in my main bathroom at the upper level. It just tore out everything below it. And ladies and gentlemen, when I got there, now I'm telling you, when I got there was at 7 o'clock the next morning to see what damage had been done. I had 3 inches of rain covering my entire first floor.
Rain or
no water from my bathroom, and that much covered my entire floor of my basement, my entire floor of my basement. All right, so
that's where you got your jukebox and everything.
That's where I got my jukebox and everything, piano, my jukebox, whatever. Well, let's just say this. All right, so I get there at 7 o'clock, and thank goodness my buddy with Alabama, oh boy, I've got it in my pocket somewhere. We got Rand Anderson to come out there, and. Thank goodness somebody got the city of Troy, thanks to my emergency room at thanks to my
our public servants.
No, thanks to the security system, my security system. It could have been worse.
Gosh, it would have been.
So when my security system buzzed off the alarm, the fire department came to my aid. Thank goodness. I was at the beach, nobody at my house in Troy. All right, so they took care of that and turned off the water, so their job was done. And thank goodness for my security system at Troy Cablevision alerted the people that there was not a fire, that there was steam coming up from the ceiling, and that there was a broken.
Burst pipe.
Yeah, but
so you've got a lot of water damage, in other words.
Well, yes, we had a broken. I reckon you call it copper deal. It broke, and then so I had a mess.
Are you out of your house, or are you going to be able to?
Well, let me tell you this. You want to go and get him, German?
Guten Morgen.
Morning.
So, Mike, I'm telling a long tale.
The big crisis this weekend.
Well, he got his own story to tell too in a few minutes. But Mike, let's get mine first. Yeah.
I had to tell my girls about what heroes were yesterday. We were going down and they were going up.
Yeah, that's right. But let's tell that story immediately after this story. Okay, so. The damage had been done already, and well, let me tell you what could have been done. My alert system at Troy Cablevision that I have, my alarm system, kicked off the city, the police department, and got the city out there and the fire trucks out there, and somebody turned off my water. All right, thank goodness somebody turned off my water. Well. I get to Troy. I drove, almost immediately to Troy to find out what kind of damage was done to my house. You know, my house is full of a lot of things. The people that know my house, it's full of a lot of things. Well, thanks to the city, the water was turned off. All right. Picture this: that alarm did not go off. Which I don't know if it goes off all the time when somebody's got a fire or got water damage to their house. I don't know if that's the case. But what if it was the case? I didn't have that alarm system, and what kind of mess would I have had? I got there at the fire truck got there and turned off the water with about 3 inches on my ground floor, 3 inches inside and on my ground floor. Well, if not, I would have been, let's see, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I finally got there. I don't know what to do. I got water in my house at 8 o'clock. You got to get the fire department out here.
It would have kept going.
Well, I know it. That's what I'm saying. Get the fire department out here and all that. Well, how much water would have been in my house? There were 3 inches of water in my house.
Your whole ground floor would have been.
It would have been maybe 4 or 5 feet off the water and just ruined my entire house. But thanks to the Troy Cable alert system, and if you're watching Mr. Moats, I'd love for you to come by and tell me how that happened. Somebody get up with Scott this morning and find out how those good things happened, that we were alerted, thank goodness, but we still had 3 inches of rain, not rain, but water through broken pipes on the ground. But what if? That would have been, how many, let's say, about 5 hours or more of water, which would have ruined my entire house.
Yep.
Think about it.
Yes, it would have.
Thanks to Troy Cable. Thanks to Troy Cable. Pass the word. Thanks to Troy Cable's alarm system.
Get that alarm.
My wife,
it does more than it protects you from break-ins. It protects you from fires. I didn't know it. It protects you from water pipe bursts.
Exactly, and I tell you what, one guy also I want to thank more than anything is Ren Anderson.
I know Ren.
And he had a business. He works for a business or has a business. I don't know, but I'll tell you this: he saved me a bunch of money.
Restoration company?
Yeah, it's called Alabama Restoration Company, right here in Troy, and of course they're located in numerous places. I didn't even know what they did until he came out to my house, and he was out there first thing when we got there about 7 o'clock, 7:30. Ren was there, and his equipment was coming in, sucking all that water out, thank goodness. But I mean, it was wet for a long time, and we had a lot of damage, especially my basement. But hey, it could have been worse. It could have ruined my beautiful home, or I call it a beautiful home. Everybody calls their home a beautiful home. But
is ruin a Troy word? I say ruin, and my wife always tells me that's not a word.
Ruined. I call it ruined. I think it is a word. So thank you.
Coach here.
Other than that, how did Troy scrimmage go?
Yeah, doing real good. In fact, we got Coach. Come on in here, Coach Hambre, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring him in this morning, and ladies and gentlemen, on Laid Back Television. Come on in here.
I'll tell my story.
All right, come on in here, Coach. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. I'll tell my story to go along with the rest of the Amos family horrible stories of the weekend. We stayed at Mom and Dad's place, their condo in Panama City Beach, and there's a lot of lightning strikes throughout the night. We're actually, I guess I woken 2 or 3 times throughout the night because of horrible lightning. And it turns out the one that hit that morning hit the elevator shaft on top of the tower. And we were on the 6th floor. This happened on the 8th floor. And we had a couple of different knocks on our doors, or slaps on the door, screaming that we needed to get out. The condo's on fire.
Oh my God. But that was the middle of the morning now. This is the middle of the morning. That's scary when you're dead asleep.
Like 7:45 in the morning.
Oh, okay, okay.
Girls, and my wife and I grabbed what we could, and we, of course, had to go down the stairs because the elevator was out, and we passed at least 10 or 15 firemen going up the stairs to put out the fire on our way down.
Well, that's something.
So this is your dad's condo the same weekend?
Yeah.
This is yesterday morning. Yeah.
Yesterday morning. And see, I was already, I'd already headed to Troy. See, isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah. This was yesterday morning. We decided, we live in Graydon, which is only about 25 minutes away, so we decided to go stay at Mom and Dad's place just to change it up for a night. And it got struck by lightning, and all I know is we walk out, and I have my 3-year-old, and my wife has our 5-year-old, and we're like running down the stairs with smoke. You know, there was smoke and firemen coming up.
Well, that was scary, wasn't it?
It was crazy, yeah.
Oh boy, Mike, I've got.
And then we got back to Graydon, and our house in Graydon is flooded.
How did that happen, Mike? How did it happen?
Well, just bad rain every once in a while.
Oh boy.
A low-lying area.
Mike, I've got Coach Hambry and on our show this morning.
Coach Hambry, y'all look good. I watched you on TV a little bit.
All right, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Well, let me tell you this. I watched him the entire ball game, Coach, and boy, I thought y'all really looked good. I thought your running backs, those young running backs, ran the daylight. So you know how you're watching somebody say, "There's a hole, run it, hit it."
Yeah.
Oh, there's a hole, hit it. You know, when you're watching somebody run the ball, you'll say, "Hit that hole." You know, they say, your players hit that hole.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? Run the daylight.
Yeah, they did. They did. Our running backs, they did a pretty good job of finding the crease and really hitting.
Exactly.
The crease.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't much tipping, as you know. We say, don't tip into the hole, stop dancing. It wasn't much dancing Friday. We pretty much saw it and we hit it, and I'm proud of those
And
guys.
we were looking at Pike County. They dressed about 30 players. I mean, they had a lot more players than people have been talking about. Right. I'd heard some people say 13 and 12, 14, but they had about 30, 35 players on that field. And he's going to bring them along, but
he is.
But they had a young group, and I thought your offensive line really looked good.
Yeah, we played better than what I expected. Up front, because we don't, like I said, we returned one starter, and that starter didn't play because he has a sinus infection. Yeah. So it was 5 new guys on the offensive line that didn't. A few of them got a few snaps last year, but none of them started. A game last
new
year.
Offensive line.
Yeah, completely offensive. So I didn't know what we were going to get, but we did a pretty good job of moving them around and trying to make some stuff happen, and I'm proud of those guys.
Well, I tell you, for your first ball game again, you had some penalties, but there were players playing hard.
Yeah, those penalties are they come with like I said, old linemen that hadn't started. There was a little grabbing, a lot of grabbing, but we had way too many penalties. Way too many penalties.
I watched the entire ball game from a very comfortable seat at the beach, at my house at the beach. I had to go down on Thursday, and I watched the game in its entirety on my phone.
Oh, really? Wow, yeah.
And really enjoyed it, and we had a good view of it, and so forth, and it was a lot of fun.
Play number 4 is a pretty good player for you. What's his name? How old is he?
Foster, isn't it?
Yeah, Zach Coleman.
Coleman, excuse me.
Zach Coleman, he's a 10th grader. He's what, 6 foot, 205 pounds. Plays running back.
He looked like a grown man out there.
Yeah, he is. He squats 415 pounds in the 9th grade.
All right, then you also had the kid Foster with the father. Who was your other running back? Frazier. Frazier.
25, the 9th grader.
Yeah, and it was mostly, or anybody else run the ball other than that much?
And Zay Carlisle did as well. He's my junior. He was number 20. He's more so sideline.
These are young players just feeling their roots. Is that right?
Yeah, I was proud.
I felt like the Adams kid played well for you at quarterback.
Yeah, he did. He managed the game pretty well.
Oh boy, I really did. I was going to get to that. I was very pleased with the way he played. He's only a sophomore.
He's a sophomore as well. Yeah,
only a sophomore. I mean, heck, he looked ready to play to me.
Yeah, he's a game manager. He's a gamer. He steps in the pocket well. You know, he doesn't get rattled under pressure.
He got quick feet.
Quick feet, and he's not scared to run the ball, as we saw. You know, he had a rushing touchdown on the quarterback draw.
But I tell you, let's sort of give if you can, it's sort of hard. It would be hard for me to do, but go down your offensive and defensive lines because you know, people don't talk about them as much.
Oh yeah, those guys. Zamir Caffey, I mean, he's a kid that he's a little undersized. He's about 215, 220, but he was more so on the 220 side.
What number was he, Coach?
Zamir Caffey. He was left tackle.
I hate that.
54.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he's number 54. He can move some people. I mean, he just
How big? He's very big, isn't he?
Yeah, he was 6'1", 220. He's pretty good. Okay. Benton Dunn plays center for me. He was a man child.
Well, I'm proud of him. Yeah. That's Carol Dunn, my good friend, the late Carol Dunn's grandson.
That's Ben Dunn.
Yeah, Ben Dunn's son. Yeah.
He pretty much, you know, dominated every time he grabbed.
And he's young too. Another young.
He's a 10th grader. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Zamir's a 10th grader. A left guard is a 10th grader. Sterling Sharp. He played pretty good. My right guard.
Sterling Sharp's a Hall of Famer. That's a good name.
You're totally correct. He is. Yeah. And right guard started. It was Jalen Southern. He didn't practice much last week because he was on concussion protocol, but he played pretty well at right guard. He was the sub, and I moved my right guard to right tackle. That was Philip Scott, and Philip Scott, you know, he's a junior. He's the only junior on the line.
And that's something.
Yeah.
Boy, you're gonna have fun with that bunch, aren't you?
Yeah, we and those 8th graders that are coming up, man, they're about as big as my offensive line right now.
Now, did you play people both ways, or did you just play your best 11 most of the time?
Both ways. A few. Zamir, Benton, Jalen, Sudeth played both ways. Jawan Boyd played both ways. Jackson West played both ways. Other than that, and Will Templin.
Yeah, but other than that, you had a lot of. You played a lot of players.
Yeah, I played a lot of players. Yeah, we made sure I want to make sure I get the best 11 on the field at all times, and I want the best 11 to be 22. But you know,
of course, your biggest rivalry got them 34-0 at the half, and they decided they wanted to cut the switch on them, so they played. Just 6 minutes the rest of the way, 6-minute quarters, and I know it was a lot of fun sitting over there with that kind of lead at the half.
Yeah, it is. It would have been more fun had we not had those penalties. But,
I understand that penalties, and you're gonna get it a lot.
But those kids were excited.
How does that work? I mean, you and Fred get together at halftime and just decide to just go ahead and shorten the game.
Yeah, well, the referees asked me, did I want to shorten the half like to 10 minutes and run the clock.
That's none of your business, ref. That is none of your business. You cut the unless somebody sent word from the other side.
Sent word from the other side. I said whatever coach want to do. You know, I knew they were tired. You know, I knew they kind of wanted to, you know, go ahead and get out of there. Whatever he wanted to do, I was fine with. I just. You know, I got my young guys in as much as I could. I played a lot of ninth graders in the second half.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you want to play everybody on that roster.
Right.
And you probably could have if they would have extended the minutes.
Right.
Unfair to some of those kids.
Yeah, a lot of them, yeah, actually.
That happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You know, but I could see his team was really, you know, I'm sure most everybody had played both ways, and he needed to rest his players. And I'm sure.
Who do we got this week, Coach? Who do you play? You play Montgomery Catholic?
Yeah, we got 3A state runner-up Montgomery Catholic.
And that's going to be a good one. Played here in Troy, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Going to be a good one.
They've got some college prospects, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They have T.J. Dudley. He's committed to Oregon. They have a few other guys on defense that have a few SEC.
What, is he an offensive player or
he plays
linebacker? Okay.
Committed to Oregon. I mean, that's one of the
Montgomery to Eugene, Oregon. I tell you what, Mario Cristobal can really recruit.
Yeah, he comes down there and get them.
Yeah, but you know, of course, you know a little bit about this bunch. You know, you from being in Montgomery.
Yeah, we never played them at Carver, but I know Kirk Johnson down there. Both of us played under Mike Turk. Both of us were.
Yeah.
He was the Mike, I was the Sam on defense. And
working with Mike Turk's team.
Yeah, but both of us there. So.
But you talk about learning from a good one.
Yeah.
I tell you, they didn't come in better than Mike Turk.
The only difference in Montgomery Catholic and Charles Henderson is Montgomery Catholic can recruit.
Well,
how does that work with them?
Well, they're private schools.
Yeah, they're a private school, so they can. They usually get those incoming ninth graders. If they get somebody from another high school, they'll have to sit out a year because they're on the Alabama High School Athletic Association. But coming from 8th grade to 9th grade, they can definitely get some studs from the middle schools for sure.
Well, of course, I know you've broken down the VIM.
Last year was the best year they've had in years.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was. I don't know if they recruited players or a new coach or what it was, but you know him pretty well, though.
Yeah, I do. I know him. Blackwell is now at Benjamin Russell. He was the head coach last year. I knew him, and Kirk Johnson. They moved him from defense coordinator to head coach. So yeah, I have an idea, and I'm out of
Are they in your region?
So were you?
No, sir.
Were y'all kind of vanilla, I guess, in the jamboree to open the season? I guess y'all didn't really show everything you got, did you?
No, I mean if it's not broken, there's no need to fix it. So whatever, we averaged 10 yards to carry. I think for both running backs, the 9th grader and the 10th grader. Yeah. The 9th grader was 5 carries for I think 53 yards, and that was Zach. I'm not Zach, but Frazier, and Zach Coleman. He ran the ball 10 times for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh boy, that's a good night. Of course.
How was the gate? Y'all have a decent crowd. I couldn't really tell on camera. It was showing the Pike County side.
Now, from what I've heard, Judson West, Jackson's dad, he said, Coach, there was about 3 times more people at this game than it was all last year. So
that's great. That's great. So the good gate.
Yeah, it was a good.
Made a little money for the program. Didn't
you? We did. We did.
Did y'all open 2 gates or 1 gate?
2.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, we got to get that back gate because otherwise people probably would caught the second half.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were.
And another thing, the way they had to park, they'd have to walk uphill all the way to the gate to get in. That was tough on our parents and so forth. But it just was a wonderful night to be a Trojan, and everybody seemed like they were having a lot of fun. And now they get ready for a real tough one against Montgomery Catholic High School, and a very well coached, very good team. I don't know about preseason, but I would think they'd be one of the top preseason picks in 5A, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, they're actually 3A. They're
3A. I'm sorry, 3A. Golly.
But yeah, they play like they play like they're a 5A, 6A school.
But it's a 6A school, and we're a 5A school, so we're the big school.
Yeah, we're the bigger school.
But they beat us last year pretty handily, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was.
I've always said this, and people out there are going to get a kick out of this because I'm sure they feel the same way. But when I played at Charles Henderson, but most of all, being a fan and broadcasting the games over the years, when a team comes to Troy, one of the first things they walk, and they got this AstroTurf field, and look at all those bleachers, big bleachers, and they're motivated to play, and they look around all these beautiful aesthetics and all everything that comes with being a home team at Charles Henderson High School. But what I'm saying, they're getting fired up before the game even starts.
Yeah.
Because they're around their surroundings. They haven't been they've never played around these kind of surroundings.
They're playing in Division
so
One.
it sort of motivates. So they're sort of motivated almost automatically before the game.
Oh, definitely. Home field advantage for us is really, I say not home field advantage but those kids, coming from another school, whether what school that comes here, they see all those, they see the big jumbotron, they see the stands, they may think a Troy coach is watching them. So they're going to play a little harder. They're going to give a little extra effort.
I think that is. I think so because of who might be watching the game,
Right.
Okay, Coach Hudson come out injury-wise. That's always important.
Nobody's injured. Saturday morning, we always have our rehab. And I always say, you don't show up Saturday morning, then you're good for Monday evening. So nobody, a few guys came to ice up, but nobody, no significant injuries came out of the game, and I'm happy for that.
How do you do your schedule during the football season? You'll be in full pads Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you'll be in shorts and helmets on Thursday.
Yeah, Sundays we come in. Coaches come in at 2. We evaluate last week's film. Every coach give their insight on what happened on their position, and and then we split. And boys come in at 4. We lift, we watch film, and we do corrections and pretty much an introduction of the next week's game. Mondays.
So nothing on Saturday morning?
No, not on Saturday morning.
No way. They need to rest on Saturday morning, I think. Don't you?
I tell you what, Coach, that's a reason to play for you right there. That was always the worst thing ever, having to go in on Saturday morning.
Oh, nah. Saturday mornings, man. We have a little family time. My wife knows that she won't see me much during the week. So that Saturday morning is dedicated to watching films and my baby's on my neck and shoulders and me telling them to get down and me telling them that just sit right here, baby. Here's your phone. We all watch film together.
That's also good for watching college football.
It is. Yeah. It definitely is. And my wife being a football fan, it makes it easier.
Yeah. One question I had just a while ago on the COVID-19. How do we go that? How did we look there?
We're good. We haven't had any scares. We had one kid that tested positive, but he was on injured reserve, so he wasn't at practice. He hadn't been at practice in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So he tested positive a week ago. But like I said, he hadn't been around anybody. It was 2 players that he was around outside.
Yeah. How do you handle that? How in the world do you handle it?
It's you try your best to do contact tracing. You just really try your best. And now if the kid practiced the entire practice, then of course, it's hard to contact trace, and he's been out there for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Obviously the whole team may have to quarantine, which is unfortunate, but we just try our best. We sanitize when we lift weights. We try to keep our helmets on the sideline when we're in practice.
That's good. Yeah.
We try to do small things. It's not avoidable. I mean, it's here. We have to, unfortunately, we have to deal with it, and it's just the world we live in at this moment.
Bryce, what is your feeling about it?
These kids are, even if they get COVID, they're going to be fine. It's just no risk to healthy young 17-year-old and youngers. And I like high school better than the college. They test them 3 times a week, and the leagues have all these protocols that if you've spent 5 minutes around one player, you got to quarantine for 14 days. You're not even sick. Probably the person that had it's not even sick either. They're asymptomatic. And so then you have these situations where nobody's sick and 25 people are in quarantine, and there goes the ball game. There goes all that revenue that Charles Simpson could have got to help the softball team.
But
all to protect an athlete that doesn't really need protecting.
Yeah. So far, knock on wood.
Yeah. So far we're good. So far, and I'm gonna knock with both hands. But the association did, make a rule that if kids are vaccinated and they come and they are a part of the contact tracing, they don't have to sit out.
Yeah.
So that's
interesting.
Yeah. So that's a part.
How many kids on your roster would you say are vaccinated?
About 10.
I would say they'd get more of them, but that's their business.
Well, that's their decision. But that's actually surprising that you have that many that are vaccinated, I would think.
Yeah, they and I'm for football purposes, I really the contact tracing aspect of it, I'm glad that the association put in that rule, because that allows a kid to actually play if he, number one, doesn't even have COVID. That's the biggest part about it. Mm-hmm. And number 2, has no symptoms of it at all.
Yeah.
So if a kid doesn't, it really punishes a kid, you know, with the contact tracing aspect. If he has to sit out, and he's a great kid, great athlete, does everything the right way.
It costs your team a loss.
And,
If he's
yeah,
a good
it'll
player.
cost us a loss, and it'll cost him a game. You know, if a kid's passionate about the game, you know, and he asymptomatic, not even asymptomatic. He doesn't even have COVID.
Yeah. To your knowledge, you know, this is a short week. Wasn't as many games played, but pretty much to your knowledge, most all schools, you know, did all right there.
Yeah, I think, of course, we know Goshen had to forfeit their first game because of COVID. And there was one more, I forget which school.
So Goshen had to.
Coach, all you need is one more guy to get vaccinated, and you'll have 11 players.
Right. Right, and we can go out there and play some football.
Exactly right.
Change a few numbers around.
Well, Coach, you got a big week ahead of you. I know your guys are going to be ready, and of course the game will be played here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
It's 7.
7?
Yes, sir.
From Veterans Memorial Stadium, and that's going to be a great game.
The Catholic Knights of Montgomery, I've been reading a lot about them.
They're good.
They've got a high-flying offense, too, don't they?
Yeah, they're good. Their quarterback can throw 60 yards in the air. He's a 10th grader.
Oh, my gosh.
How did your defense look? Were you pleased with your linebackers?
Yeah, linebackers played well. Up front, we played well. My defensive ends, they did exactly what I wanted them to do. They made a lot of plays in the backfield.
How about number 5, the kid that everybody's talking about, your 10th grade, 9th grade kid?
Oh, you're talking about Zion Grady, number 6?
Had a pretty good game?
Oh, yeah. He had 5 tackles for loss.
Yeah.
I guess so.
He's a man child.
Well, this one's going to be a great learning situation. I mean, you know, win or lose, you know, this going like last week's was a good learning situation. This one will be too. It's not a region game, and it's one that I think you can learn by.
Yeah, definitely. It's a tough team, but I think we'll come to play for sure.
And we want you to come out and join us for a great week, Friday night for
and this
football.
One counts on this was a jamboree the past week. This goes on.
Yeah, it's a real deal here, and of course
did Catholic play a jamboree last week, or did they play?
Yes, they played B.B. Calmer, I think.
You know, some of them were designated a real game, and then some did not. You know, some of them were the jamboree like ours.
How did Catholic do?
They won, I think it was 30-something. Almost same score, 35-0 or something like that. But they played 4 quarters.
Again, we need your support to come out and really cheer on the Charles Simpson High School football team. They looked very good in their first outing. Now it's time to get after a good one from Montgomery. So let's support Charles Simpson. Your band was good. Your cheerleaders were good. You had a lot of fans, but we want more this weekend.
Definitely. Come out and support.
What's going to be your plan pretty much? On your Friday's, day game, played in Troy. And of course you've got your cheerleaders that have been fans cheering all day long, and then you have your pep rally, and you got all these things going. I think your players can be strong about it.
You talking your pep rally?
Yeah.
Yeah, we depends on how the weather is. We may have it. When I was a player, I was all for it. You know, as a coach, you kind of want to be a player's coach. You kind of want to get, what gets them.
And then what I'm saying, you get fired up all day long, don't you?
So do y'all walk over, or y'all have to bus up to go to?
We bus over there.
Yeah.
So y'all bus up to go what? 200 yards?
No.
Well, yeah, I got to save that energy, man. Got to save that energy.
Well, you got a lot of gear and stuff,
Yeah, shoulder pads, helmets.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that for years.
Do y'all use the Troy locker room? The Troy?
We use the old locker rooms. They up on the side.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And the away team, they get to use the indoor locker room. I mean, the nice locker rooms too.
Yeah.
Now you have your pregame meal at about what time on Friday?
At 3 o'clock, around 3:30.
But you sort of meat, potato, green vegetable, honey. Do you ever have toast and honey? Or do you ever do that? We used to do that.
Nah, we're just we're gonna have our meat. We're gonna have our veggie. We're gonna have our bread. We're gonna have our green.
All right, so they eat regular in the cafeteria, and then at 3 o'clock, that's your pregame meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually pregame is usually 4 hours before the game.
Now,
Thursday night, we used to always have spaghetti. Do y'all still do stuff like that?
Thursday nights, I was. That's one thing I'm trying to implement. Last week, we had my fraternity brothers over Mccarron Fraternity Incorporated. They came and they fed. They came and grilled.
Oh, that's wonderful! Yeah,
they came and grilled for the boys. And those Thursday
that's
evenings.
Important.
Yeah, those Thursday evenings, I want to feed them because that's the energy you use for Friday.
Yeah.
You know, and some of those kids, unfortunately, you're always going to have some wherever you go that their 1 or 2 meals are only at school. Then when they go home, it's kind of like what do I eat? What do I eat? So that for that Thursday night, it's very important to feed those kids.
I think it is too. I hope you'll do it.
Coach, we'll do hot and ready Little Caesars anytime you want it. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Of course, that it is the best pizza in town for the money, no question about it. But again, those are very important things. Like you said, from Thursday on, let's take care of these kids and feed them. And now, will you have a different group this week, or how does that work?
I'm still looking for a crew to do every Thursday. So if there's anybody want to donate, come feed the kids, please, on Thursdays. I
mean, there'll be some people out there that'll call you this morning and that will pay, support the Trojans and help us feed them pregame. And we know you got that taken care of, but on Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday. I call that the pregame meal.
Yeah.
So to fuel them up for Friday. So.
Well, Coach, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of guy that is. I talked to him. I had a show last week, and I said, Coach, on his way out, I said, Coach, you want to get together every Monday? And he said, yes, sir, every Monday, win, lose, or draw. You got it?
Definitely.
And it's good to see Coach Quinn.
We need to get the guys in the back.
I'm right.
We need a highlight reel to start the show.
Yeah, that'd be good if somebody would make a highlight. We'd run it.
Oh, I think Troy Cable actually made one. I don't know if they made. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
There's one on YouTube.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. And again, Coach, good luck. Good luck. We'll be back with more of Today in L.A. right after this.
Go get them, Coach.
Thank you.
Hello.
I think Steve's on the telephone.
I know it. I think so. Well, Coach, appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
I know you got to go.
Yeah, I got to go teach my driver's ed class.
Well, tell my wife I said hello.
I will.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thank you.
I'm glad you started that one right there.
Take a few minutes to look over our different options. I'll be right back with you.
If you're looking for sporty, the Tucson's for you. If you want family fun and adventure, go with the Santa Fe. Don't worry about the options. We got the best selection in the Wiregrass. Plus, you get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
Thanks, mister.
Who were you just talking to?
The weird guy with the hat?
Hat?
Want more? Come see the doctor in Mitchell Hyundai, Enterprise, Alabama.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, we believe in furnishing those just right moments that fill our lives and our homes. Save on your just right at Badcock's Labor Day sale. Get up to 50% off throughout the store. And a free 60-inch TV or adjustable base with select mattress purchase. Plus, apply, finance, and save in-store and online with no credit refused. So shop what's just right for you at your local Badcock. Badcock Home Furniture and More. Just right.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. You've heard me talk about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. You've heard me talk about Blue Cross Blue Shield. You've heard me talk about the dental plan. You've heard me talk about our sister companies. But have you heard me talk about what you can have in 10 years at Wiley Sanders Truck Line at 4%? That's right. With Wiley Sanders Truck Line, they match your 401k up to 4%. $650 a month? Hey. 10 years, $124,000. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line for your future.
Our community is the driving force behind our stores. Our commitment to you has been our #1 priority for over 30 years. Whether it is providing quality, fresh, local, and affordable products or aiding local schools, churches, and charities, Piggly Wiggly is here for you.
All right, guys, see you later. I'm going to take a few days vacation.
I really love the color of this one, and it has so many safety features. How's the gas mileage?
This bad boy gets 43 miles per gallon.
That's a great choice. And don't forget, Dr. Hyundai always doubles America's best warranty to 20 years to 100,000 miles.
Dr. Hyundai, is that you?
Want more? Come see the doctor in Mitchell Hyundai, Enterprise, Alabama.
We had most of those guys back. We're just talking about, we're back on the air, and we're talking about Escambia taking care of business over Pike Liberal Arts, and it's really not a big surprise because Coach Fountain has had that team in the state championship game 5 years in a row. They've won 2 state championships, and they lost last year to Chambers, I think in a close game where they could have won. But Chambers is a team that handled Pike. So
during the regular season.
Yeah, so I figured that Pike might be in for a dogfight, and they were.
Boy, I tell you, they the quarterback for Scamby, I don't know, I don't know exactly who he was because I was watching both sides, both games at one time.
He was a 3-year starter.
I was watching the Charles Henderson game. Now this is me, and I don't know much about all this fancy stuff. But I watched them, and at the same time, I watched Pike Liberal. So I watched both games. And let me tell you this. The quarterback for Charles Henderson was very, very good, I thought, to be a 10th grader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
Well, he's following the legacy of his cousins.
I know it, the Austin Ingram. And I'll tell you this, I bet you on numerous occasions did Austin Ingram work with him during the summer, I bet. Austin Ingram, I'll say this right now, and it's not because I know his mama, grandmama, and mama and all that pretty well. Austin Ingram was the best quarterback we have ever had at Charles Henderson High School. I'll tell you that. Yeah. And Mike, you said too, he was outstanding when he was a quarterback. And this is his cousin, first cousin, is that right?
I believe.
His first cousin, and he's going. I'm sure Austin had worked with him. The thing about Austin that was so good was how much poise he had. I don't think I ever saw him ever get rattled. And this kid the other night for Charles Henderson playing in his first varsity game, I thought it was just outstanding.
I think it's Parker Adams.
Parker Adams, and so I don't know if you throw. Kevin
Adams' son.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell you, it sounds like this year might be a good competitive team. We'll learn more when we play Catholic this week, but you look forward 1 year and then 2 years. This team in 2 years ought to be competing for a state championship. It sounds like to me.
And of course,
if they stick together and work hard, et cetera, et cetera.
And for you,
this will make you sad. This will make you sad, Dad. Breaking news: Don Everly died. Bye, bye, love. Wake up, little Susie.
Oh, Everly, yeah, Everly, one of the Everly brothers. Is that right?
The last Everly brother has died at 84 years old. Don Everly.
You know, they were twins, weren't they?
Did he write that song, or did Simon and Garfunkel write that song, Wake Up Little Susie?
Wake up, little Susie, wake up.
They both have hits with it.
I always thought Bye Bye Love was better than Wake Up Little Susie.
Well, it's sad that all these guys are fading away.
The harmonies that inspired the music acts that followed in the 1960s, including the Beatles and Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, they were great. Of course, I'm looking at TC2, and we watched that game live from our studios right here in Troy. And now we turn our attention this week to Luverne and Brantley. What a game.
Yeah.
What a game that's going to be. And with Tucker Kilcrease as the quarterback. Tucker, good morning to you. You want to call in and talk to us before all your games?
We don't want to build up Tucker too much.
Well, he's a pretty good football player.
Would you like a wrap-up of the scores from the weekend?
Yes, please. I'd like to hear from him and let us know which one.
When I was a little kid and I'd go on trips with my dad to go to football games, we went to about 1,000. This was my job when he was driving. I'd have to get scores.
every one of them. And let me tell you this, and I take pride in it. I knew where every high school stadium was, and I visualized most of them in my mind. But that was a lot of fun because we like to try to stump me on where that school was.
It would be interesting to see how many high school football stadiums in the state of Alabama you have been to in your life.
Well, when I was on the road, when I worked in economic development, worked with cities and counties and so forth. But even if I didn't see them play, I could always visualize where the stadium was and all that. Like Town Creek, I've been to Town Creek before. You know who came from there, don't you?
Yep, I've never been.
But that was a lot of fun. And Michael would call out every one of those games, and it was always fun to think about those teams and where they were. And so. Luverne.
I saw a lot of blowouts. Let's see what Michael's getting ready to give us. I just glanced at some.
We got, let's see. Man, lost my voice. Abbeville Christian won 52-6. I'm trying to find local teams. Andalusia beat Faith Academy 21-20.
Good game.
That was a big game.
Arrington beat Dale County. They beat
Tucker.
Luke Tucker, 38-27. So that was a high-scoring game.
Now, who is coaching at Arrington now, Mike? Do you know?
Stephen Kilcrease.
Oh, okay, still there. That's right, Stephen Kilcrease. That's a big win.
Alder's got a new coach. They beat Park Crossing 45-0. Here's an interesting score. You don't see much. Baker 13. UMS Wright 0.
Yeah, Baker High School of Mobile.
Boy. I know, but for Baker to beat UMS Wright.
Yeah, what was that final score? What was that score?
13-0.
Okay.
Oh, I did see one score that caught my attention. Pike Road beat somebody 72-54. I've never seen a game that high scoring that wasn't in overtime.
What game was that, Mike?
Pike Road.
No, keep running the scores, Mike.
I'm just doing some scores or like some local connections. Briarwood won 41-17 over Madison Academy. Madison Academy is coached by Bobby Godsey, the former Troy player.
Yeah.
Opelika got beat by Callaway, Georgia, 30-21. Central Phoenix City for Patrick Nix coaches. They beat Peach County, Georgia, 42-23. Let's see. Edgewood beat Southern Academy 32-14. Elba beat Delville. That's Will Gardner's first game as Delville's coach. Elba won 41-14. Wow, listen to this score, Dad. Enterprise beats Bay High School, Panama City, 57-21.
Oh boy, that Notre Dame box too.
Escambia Academy 42, Pine Large 26. Eufaula blows out Carroll Ozark. That's Ed Rigby, 40-8.
Yeah.
So Eufaula, I think, is going to be really good this year. Trying to find more local. Man, everybody played. This is amazing. Glenwood won 31-0 over Bessemer Academy. Did I tell you something about Glenwood?
Oh, no, you're right. They're going to be tough. I'm sure
Greenville beat Hillcrest of Evergreen 10-8.
Oh,
That's,
boy.
Mike Dean's Hillcrest of Evergreen.
Yeah.
And then we need to follow this. Mark Husbeth, Kenny Eddingfield, and several other former Division I coaches are at Gulf Shores Hospital. They beat Alberta 17-7. More games. Holt will beat Goshen due to forfeit.
Was that the only forfeit you see?
Was that what?
Was that the only forfeit?
No. There's been several forfeits. I just didn't mention them.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find local games.
I got you. Yeah. Keep going.
Macon East beat Lowndes Academy 20-7. Montgomery Academy beat St. James. Man, what a game! 38-36.
Now, who was that again? That was
MA versus St. James.
Montgomery Academy beat St. James 38-36.
Boy, that was a huge ball game, wasn't it? Golly.
You know, I saw where Montgomery Academy had a quarterback, Thomas. Remember that he played safety at Appalachian State for 4 years?
Yeah, that's right.
He's a good player.
Well, he's playing for the Buffalo Bills now. Former Montgomery Academy player.
That's right, yeah.
Maplesville barely beat Holland Home 14-13. Montgomery Catholic, who Charles Henderson will play, won 35-0 over BB Comer. Mountain Brook, my wife's a Mountain Brook grad, and my niece goes to Mountain Brook schools. Mountain Brook beat Vestavia, and their brand new coach 33-3.
Oh boy, Mountain Brook's coached by a Troy graduate too. No, former Troy coach. Excuse me.
I beat Geneva by forfeit. Let's see. Pike Road, my God, 76-51, Bill.
Is that what it was?
They beat McGill Tulin out of Mobile.
Oh boy.
51.
Oh man, that is something. That McGill Tulin's never been beat that bad.
Pike Road is good. Well, they were already good, and then they've got some more players that have come in.
See, McGill Tulin's supposed to always have a good team. You're right.
And remember this team. Peyton Harrison beat Providence Christian 34-7. Rehoboth won 34-7.
Yeah, Peyton he'll do a great job there. He got a bad deal, I think, but he's gonna be fine.
The Gilcrease had a good start. Strong won 42-6 over Pleasant Home. Of course, Pleasant Home's a small school. Thompson beat Oxford Hospital of Anderson, who usually has a great program, 55-0.
Oh boy, they're loaded again. And I noticed they were ranked 6th in the country. That was their ranking going into the game. Number 6 in the country.
And then another score, Coach Weingarten left Auburn Hospital after losing that 7A state championship game, that miracle comeback by Thompson. He left. Went to Tuscaloosa County, who's been struggling for years. Tuscaloosa County 59, Paul Bear Bryant Hospital 34.
Oh, me.
So that's a good start by Weingarten there. And then last game locally, Wicksburg 53, Headland 7.
Okay, 53-7 Wicksburg?
Yep.
Boy, that is a big win, believe it or not, in that area. That was a big win. Okay, Mike, thank you so much for those scores. I loved it. It was a lot of fun to hear that.
Well, and then were all of these, I guess some of these were official games, or some of them were jamborees? Or
that's the only problem. You don't know what was real and what was jamboree.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I will say this, Mike. Goshen, will they be able to play this week?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to call the school.
Yeah, we'll at least try to get in touch with them by next week.
What do you think of this crazy story? So Joey Gatewood goes to Auburn, gets beat out by Malik Willis and Jared Stenham, and leaves the program, ends up going to Kentucky, doesn't get the starting job at Kentucky, but now he decides out of all the coaches he wants to go back and play for, he wants to go back and play for Malzahn in Central Florida. Well, Malzahn already
got one.
Didn't name him the starter at Auburn. Why would he name the starter at Central Florida?
Yeah. He's not going to be the starter at Central Florida. I can tell you that Central Florida has a really good quarterback.
Mackenzie Milton.
Yeah. And then Florida State got a good one out of Central Florida.
Isn't Mackenzie Wilson the Central Florida kid that...
Milton's at Florida State. The other guy's been starting for 2 years at Central Florida. Wrong name.
Mackenzie Milton might be one of the great stories in college football. He's the player that had a devastating knee injury, about as bad as they come, and he couldn't play for 2 years. but he is trying to play this year, and he might be the starter at Florida State.
I'll tell you what, watch Central Florida. I've got them losing just one game all year long. I like, hey, he's gonna bring them along.
Didn't Coach Malzahn come in his first year at Auburn and almost win a national championship, or was that his second year?
That was his first year.
Yeah.
Also, sad news, this could end the career. A.J. Mccarron tears his ACL with the Atlanta Falcons, so he got injured in a preseason game on Saturday night, so he's done for the season. He had signed a one-year contract with the Falcons. Also, I don't even know if we mentioned, but Brian Hartson is having to isolate because he positive COVID, the Auburn head coach.
Oh, yeah, we should mention that. He is.
That is something.
I saw where the Tennessee Titans coach has also got COVID, and he has been vaccinated. So it's just a lot of cases.
I was able to pick up a roster at practice. I watched Troy practice Saturday. It was a lot of fun, and got some free hot dogs. I mean, wonderful Kaneka sausage hot dogs were all there, and I was looking for Rice, and I saw his brother and didn't see him. But there was a big crowd out there Saturday to watch the scrimmage, and I talked to the coach briefly, and he gave me all indications that he was pleased with the practice, and heck, that's all you can ask for. We got 2 more weeks, and we're ready to go.
We better use
those weeks. This has been a long off season to me, and now we've got our first college game televised on ESPN is UAB against the Jacksonville State Gamecocks from Montgomery's Crampton Bowl. That's going to be a lot of fun, and that's not, well, let's see, what is the day? That would be Wednesday week.
Wednesday week.
Wednesday week.
September the 1st. Yeah, we got college football this week. I'm excited. It starts off on Fox at 11 o'clock on Saturday. You'll have the Nebraska Cornhuskers against the Fighting Illini of Illinois. That game will be on Fox.
Okay.
After that on CBS Sports CBS Sports. What is it? CBSS. So it's like a CBS channel. I actually have it down here at the beach. You'll have UConn against Fresno State. Actually, they're saying this will be the first game on ESPN right here at 2:30. You'll have on ESPN Hawaii against UCLA. And then you'll have other games, smaller games, UTEP against New Mexico State, Southern Utah against San Jose State. And then on actual Wednesday night, you'll have UAB and Jacksonville State in Montgomery.
You know, I've got another one I want you to watch. Is with UCLA getting to play Hawaii early, so they're going to be ready to go against the
Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, they're gonna have a game under their hat. They're getting LSU.
Oh yeah.
Watch out! Watch this one close because it's always an advantage if you can play a game ahead of another team.
Chip Kelly was the coach, hot coach, and at Oregon. He did a great job at Oregon, but since he left Oregon, he has not been good at all. Is he finally going to get it going at UCLA this year? We'll see.
He showed a few signs last year, but I don't know.
Well, of course, Alabama.
Pac-12 is hard to figure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right now, Alabama is preparing to play their first ball game against Miami. That's a pretty tough opener, but. Alabama looks to be ready. I doubt if they'll do a lot of hitting before the season. Don't you think, Mike?
Well, I mean, you never know how Saban runs his practices, but I think they have cut back from what I can tell.
They've got
they had their big scrimmage over the weekend. The Red Elephant Club came up for that.
They've got 2 starters out. They might be back. They got sprained ankles. You never know about a sprained ankle. It might be 2 or 3 weeks, but it could mess with you your whole year, couldn't it?
Yeah. Mike explained the Red Elephant Club. Is that out of Montgomery or out of several areas?
I mean, basically you can go up to the scrimmage that's open to the public. So that was available this weekend, the Red Elephant Club members, and then you get to hear Greg Byrne and Nick Saban speak. So it's just one of those things that's offered to you as far as being a part of the club.
But the two starters that are out for Alabama for now are the right tackle, whose last name is Randolph. He's been kind of a journeyman. He's played a lot of tight end, believe it or not, at Alabama. They switch him between tackle and tight end, but he's supposed to be he was running first string with the offense at right tackle, but he's got a sprained ankle, so I don't know who they're playing. And then they've got a free safety that was a freshman last year with the last name Helam, Hellam, I think, that beat out this right guy, and he has sprained his ankle too. So I don't know if they'll be back for Miami, but one of that's two of the question marks. Who's going to be the free safety, and who's going to be the starting right tackle?
Mike, give us a countdown to kickoff.
Well, I mean, today, you're talking about just for college football?
Well, just for college football, yeah, college
football's 5 days away.
All right, how about Alabama? How far is it away?
I mean, today's the 23rd. Alabama plays on the 4th.
All right, and of course, Auburn plays on the 4th.
Same as the Troy Trojans.
And so, let's see, 2 weeks from today, is that right?
Well,
no, that's not right.
2 weeks on Saturday.
2 weeks on Saturday.
So they got this.
Less than 2 weeks.
This is their really last week of camp, and I think the school has started back for all these teams. So they're in the school routine. That makes it different.
Yeah.
And then next week will be game week, which is exciting.
I didn't go to the press conference, and I wish I would, because you can learn a lot at the press conference. But right now, I don't know for sure if Troy's even named a quarterback. In fact, it is close. And that's a good omen.
Chip Lindsey also said that the kicking situation is up in the air as well. He doesn't know who the kicker's going to be.
That's right.
The punter will be the Australian transfer from Connecticut. Is the starting punter. That's been decided.
And so the transfer.
Apparently, the Australian guy's got a really big leg.
I wonder if the punter that transferred from Troy will end up being Alabama's punter.
I don't think so.
They've got an Australian guy too.
Surely, if he comes from all the way over from Australia, surely he'll be the kicker.
Isn't it kind of bad if the Troy guy transfers to Alabama to be the punter, and then he's the backup punter?
Yeah, exactly.
Punt. That would be a mistake.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. So let's hear it from Auburn this morning. Auburn getting ready to kick it off in a little over 2 weeks.
Maybe their coach will be back. I think he will be.
And the coach don't know for sure, but hopefully he will be back. Now, who are they kicking off against? Akron Zips. The worst nickname in college football, the Zips, whatever Zip is.
Have you ever been to Akron, Ohio?
They make tires there, I know.
You've never been. That's one place you've never been, I bet.
Well, I've been to a few places.
I bet you've been to Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, I've been there to see Troy and Ohio State. I might have gone by Akron, but I don't think I stopped.
I think Ohio has about 5 or 6 Division I football teams.
Well, let's name them. Let's see. You got
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Oh, we didn't go to commercial?
Nope. We're fighting for
Day's vacation.
I really love the color of this one, and it has so many safety features. How's the gas mileage?
This bad boy gets 43 miles per gallon.
That's a great choice. And don't forget, Dr. Hyundai always doubles America's best warranty to 20 years to 100,000 miles.
Dr. Hyundai, is that you?
Want more? Come see the doctor in Mitchell Hyundai, Enterprise, Alabama.
Take a few minutes to look over our different options.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service, That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, we believe in furnishing those just right moments that fill our lives and our homes. Save on your just right at Badcock's Labor Day sale. Get up to 50% off throughout the store. And a free 60-inch TV or adjustable base with select mattress purchase. Plus, apply, finance, and save in-store and online with no credit refused. So shop what's just right for you at your local Badcock. Badcock Home Furniture and More. Just right.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. You've heard me talk about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. You've heard me talk about Blue Cross Blue Shield. You've heard me talk about the dental plan. You've heard me talk about our sister companies. But have you heard me talk about what you can have in 10 years at Wiley Sanders Truck Line at 4%? That's right. With Wiley Sanders Truck Line, they match your 401k up to 4%. $650 a month? Hey. 10 years, $124,000. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line for your future.
Our community is the driving force behind our stores. Our commitment to you has been our #1 priority for over 30 years. Whether it is providing quality, fresh, local, and affordable products or aiding local schools, churches, and charities, Piggly Wiggly is here for you.
All right, guys, see you later. I'm going to take a few days vacation.
I really love the color of this one, and it has so many safety features. How's the gas mileage?
This bad boy gets 43 miles per gallon.
That's a great choice. And don't forget, Dr. Hyundai always doubles America's best warranty to 20 years to 100,000 miles.
Dr. Hyundai, is that you?
Want more? Come see the doctor in Mitchell Hyundai, Enterprise, Alabama.
Hey, tell us about
back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Max Federal Credit.
Tournament. Michael, I know you're the biggest golf fan in the world. They didn't even finish yesterday, did they?
Yeah, the Mormon Trust will finish today. John Rahm, Cameron Smith out of Australia are 16 under. Justin Thomas out of Alabama is at 14 under, so he's two back. But they've been lighting up that course. But, they had a hurricane strike up around Rhode Island. Small hurricane, now like it's tropical storm, and the golf tournament totally got suspended for a whole day. So that will be live golf on the Golf Channel today if everybody wants to watch the actual playoffs that's going on. So that's fun for people to see.
Aren't they haven't they named the Davis Cup teams or the Ryder Cup teams, or they're getting ready to?
No, they hadn't named the Ryder Cup yet. A lot of people were wondering if Stricker would select Mickelson, due to winning the PGA. But Mickelson's played so horrible since that I don't think they'll put a 51-year-old. Also in baseball news, huge news, the Braves have won 9 in a row.
Wow.
9 in a row the Braves have won.
That's fabulous.
They're now 5 games up in the National League.
Amazing.
East.
Seems like last time I checked, they were 5 back.
Of course, this show is brought to you by...
They're on an incredible run.
This show is brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks on the bypass. Boy, they're selling them like no other time right now. And the sale's still going on. And it's a tremendous sale. Remember, nobody beats a Premier deal, nobody. And also our good friends from Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. If you want a new career, hey, call my good buddy at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, and they've got some great opportunities for a great career.
Allstate does more commercials than Jason Gregory, maybe.
I know it. You're exactly right. They do a great job, too, and we appreciate it.
I watched Coach Frost, Scott Frost, did a Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep commercial, and then the next thing I saw was Chip Lindsey doing one as well.
Yeah, exactly right. No question about it. And they do a great job.
There's Mr. Garrett.
And exactly right. And he's a great man, too. He's also involved with Piggly Wiggly, and boy, there's no better place to buy
How long have you been in the grocery store business?
50 years.
50. How did you get in the grocery store business?
I worked 2 weeks with A&P, and I quit while I was going to college. I quit. I said I wouldn't work in the grocery store. That's the last thing I ever did.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Are we going to go off the air right now? What we're going to do?
Yeah, we're off at 8.
Okay, all right. There we go. And we'll see you tomorrow bright and early for Today in L.A.